excellent day for an exorcism.
Welcome to Just Another Horror Podcast.
I'm Ben, following every Russian epic coming.
I'm John. I worked at Burger King and I got some problems with his bullshit.
I'm Cobra.
It's funny that you both like really shitty movies.
Hello, and welcome to Just Another Horror Podcast. I'm John.
Ben.
Cobra!
And we're reviewing Scream, which I thought we would have got to earlier. But,
I didn't think we'd ever get to this.
I think we had plans to watch it and do a commentary or something.
But we did
that
last summer instead.
Oh yeah, we did the commentary for... What was the one we did?
I know what you did.
I know you did last summer. I never would have thought... What?
You just said that.
Go back and listen to this episode. That's all. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Just listen to the first 40 seconds.
Whatever. I'm surprised the person who picked this, I would have thought... would think that this movie was too pretentious to what?
It certainly is. I wanted to put it on there so...
Yeah.
I know when it came out, there was just not a lot going on in the 90s, to be honest, with horror.
Wishmaster. Witchboard.
So, I mean, the early 90s still had a little bit, but like from 94, 5, 6 area, and that's when this came out, right? 6. There was just...
Lull.
Nothing.
Yeah. Wes Craven tried to do something similar to this with Wes Craven's New Nightmare, but...
I never watched that show. Oh wait, New Nightmare. I was thinking Freddy's Nightmares, the TV show.
It's like he's not on the podcast again. Did I watch it? Yeah, you were here for it, Ben. You reviewed it.
We
gave it a 7 out of 10.
What's everyone's thoughts on Wes Craven?
I like him.
I think
like him?
he's not alive.
He's dead now, but I liked some of what he did.
Did you?
Not a fan of Swamp Thing. Not a fan of that robot movie where the woman gets a basketball.
Short Circuit?
No, it's Deadly Friend. He wanted to make a sci-fi movie, and the company that, or the studio that was doing it was like, no, you're Wes Craven, you make it horror. So he had to like pigeonhole these fucking horror scenes in that included an old woman getting hit in the head with a basketball and her head exploding. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've seen that clip.
No.
But it is...
That's a pretty fierce basketball.
Fucking stupid.
I'm okay with Wes Craven. I'm not a huge fan of Nightmare on Elm Street, but...
I like the first one.
What's The Serpent and the Rainbow? That's the one that I really like.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Where would he fall on like a top 10 list of horror directors?
Mid.
Probably like
Middle.
6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
He's no Carpenter.
No.
Wes Carpenter.
Oh!
No idea.
What?
Totally clueless.
It was in the movie, Scream.
Oh.
She says Wes Carpenter.
I did not pay enough attention to this at all.
Didn't I text that to you both last night?
Yeah, and I said
I didn't
Or
read
2
it.
nights ago.
I said it was one of the cringier scenes where I'm like, oh, he
I
didn't
know
wanna
we
put
were
that
talking
in.
about how pretentious this movie is and how it's like, hey, this movie's meta. It's meta. Horror movies. Ooh, horror movie fans. Ooh, it knows it's a movie.
You don't know the rules. Fucking
Talk
Brandon.
about the long con. This plot is...
Why? Let me see if I can remember this. Why exactly did they do this? To get back at
her mother, Maureen, who slept with
Billy's
dad, and then the mother left.
Did they make a checklist of all the people they needed to kill in order to make this as brutal as it could be?
I think they actually just wanted to kill people, and I think they were using that as an excuse. At least Billy was. Stu, I think, is just a sociopath and just went along with his friend.
Stu's a pawn. That was crazy, yeah.
I think Stu is the craziest one out of them.
When you can only... 3 watches in this movie is probably what you want to do. The first time, see what the killer is. Mm-hmm. The second time, to kind of just take it all in and see if you can
pick out spots.
And then the third time, you look at it and you're like, oh my god. The whole time you could see what's going on, pretty much. Even though a lot of things don't add up, you could see the whole time the way... I mean, there's no spoil. Billy looks at Stu like every time he's saying something about a killing, he's like...
Yeah, I have that where they're sitting, after school.
The live alone part? That whole...
And then Billy says something about, nah, I didn't kill anyone, or something like that. Like, that he gives Stu these, like...
You did, buddy, or...
He gives Stu these stink eye looks like...
Yeah, shut up, man.
I can't remember if I was surprised when I first saw this. I don't remember.
But do you really think that they could kill somebody a year before and then just wait? Let's wait this out. Like, if
their
you're
plan.
a crazy motherfucker and you're willing to do this, okay, then let's talk about that. Why would you attack Sydney a day before you plan on murdering her? It doesn't make sense at all, because they weren't going to kill her that night.
Yeah, there were a couple attacks on her that I was like, were they designed to fail?
Yeah, because we were waiting
They
for
just
this night
designed
for
to
the
scare
year.
her?
Or it could be like, to get the suspicion off of her boyfriend, have the other guy attack her, so that at no point does she think that he's the killer.
Well,
But
no,
it doesn't
I
work.
I understand that, but what if? Okay, so the first attack in the house, what if that had succeeded?
Well, then maybe
Were they trying to kill her though, or are they waiting for the
I
anniversary
don't think
date?
they were, because...
But they were... They were just scaring her?
Yeah, I think, but that's stupid.
Yeah.
It's just stupid.
Because that's just setting yourself up for the possibility of getting caught.
Yeah.
Not
All
that
right.
I think they cared. I guess they did at the end, because they got pretty pissed when their plan went to shit.
Yeah, they're bad. You bitch! Where are you?
Yeah. Or at least Billy was pretty pissed, but...
Alright, so we start off with Drew Barrymore, Casey Becker.
Still an effective 10 minutes to an opening of a movie.
I think this is the best,
This is the best
thing
part,
in
yep.
Scream of anything in any of the Screams.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's almost like a short. It'd be a great short.
Maybe that's like the idea that he had, and then he's like, "Look, let's do that thing again where we have a meta movie."
Oh.
Alright.
She's really good, though, in this. I mean, she doesn't look...
Her wig looks better.
She doesn't look like she's 17
I call it,
or even 18.
nobody does.
Yeah, none of them do.
Is she in the very front of that cover right there?
Yes, she is. That was part of the whole thing.
Oh, to mess with people.
Because you thought she was going to be one of the stars of the movie, and she's dead in 10 minutes.
And that's why everyone was like, whoa! This is a good movie. Fooled ya.
It's a brutal fucking death that she gets,
Ugh.
too.
Her fucking boyfriend got it worse.
Oh, yeah.
Poor guy. Lights went out.
Get hung from a tree.
No.
With their guts
They
everywhere.
are
Yeah,
okay,
freaking- he's
so are
gutted.
both of them here?
Who?
At the time that this takes place, are they
Who?
both there?
Yeah, who is
Oh.
doing this first killing? Because Tatum says that Lillard was at her house, and Billy shows up later that night at Cindy's house. But Tatum also says that they were killed after 10 p.m., which makes me think there's a third killer,
Well, one of them...
Deputy Dewey. Because he's always around. He's always around when death happens. And then he gets shot at the end, but not a death shot, just a maiming shot, and he's still alive.
So, the phone calls. Are they happening outside the house, or is one of them calling from across town while the other one is actually there?
That's a good question.
And if that's possible, or if that is what's happening, how is it possible for the one who's there to
Know what's going on
to
the
know
line.
exactly what's going on the phone and to strike when
You
necessary?
could do a three-way phone call.
Could you back then?
Yeah.
And
You
after,
gotta dial like a certain thing to do it.
All right.
even after that, Steve and Casey get killed.
Mm-hmm.
Billy shows up at Sydney's window. Her dad's getting ready to go out of town.
Mm-hmm.
They have to abduct him that
That night.
night. So, Jesus Christ, are these two all over town?
But
and these
also
houses,
are
like Woodsboro, is the biggest little town on the planet because everybody's house is a secluded house out in the field. But
a giant mansion.
yeah, it's so weird.
Sydney's back deck is as big as my whole goddamn house. Like,
As we meet Sydney.
oh wait, I got a thing about Drew Barrymore getting killed.
I got
Her parents come home. She got she went outside.
Mhm.
She gets killed outside.
Look, can we?
She has the cordless phone in her hand,
Mhm.
and
She holds on to
her parents come in, and obviously the popcorn's on fire. The daughter's missing. Shit's broken. He says, call the cops. The mom tries to call the cops. She hears Drew Barrymore dying. And they act like they don't know where she's at. And it's like, what's a cordless phone?
She has to be
She's
within
got to
100
be
feet of
somewhere,
the house.
like, really freaking close. That's all I'm saying.
My bigger problem is Drew Barrymore gets outside of the house.
Mm-hmm.
She then stares in a window for 2 minutes
yeah.
and watches the killer
Run around.
run around. Fucking you see your parent. You saw headlights. take off as fast as you can 2 headlights.
Yeah.
Do you think the killer would have killed her in front of the parents, or do you think they would have just abandoned the plan?
I think they would have had to abandon the plan if
They
they're
would have abandoned the plan.
trying to. Although, why did they start with these two?
Because
Just rando?
she dated Stu, and dumped Stu.
But is that really a
Maybe that's just like, let's get warmed up here.
Yeah, probably.
But they already did with Marine a year before, so they
Yeah,
already
but-
know how to
right.
kill.
Well, you gotta
We
get the
don't
rust
know.
off after a year of
The long
Was
con.
Drew Barrymore friends with?
No, she dumped Stu
And
and
that's
started
that's
dating
the only
Steve.
thing.
Yep.
Or, I thought he dumped her.
Yeah, that was funny. I dumped her. Oh, fucking Randy's annoying in this movie. Sorry. I used to love Randy. Randy was my favorite character when I first saw this movie, and he's cringy now.
Yeah,
It's so
I wanna-
bad.
I
the charms
can't-
worn off.
I just can't stand the. I mean, I guess he's supposed to be a high school kid, but he's what? He's an adult.
Everyone's
I can't
an
stand
adult.
I can't stand adults who like. You're 30-some years old, and you're gonna sit there and argue with me that 28 Days Later is not a zombie. It's an affection movie. It's not a zombie
It's
movie.
something that we
It's
would
like,
do.
shut
That's what
the-
we do every week.
Oh, it's not. I just can't stand that.
You know how I feel about 28 Days Later.
I don't remember.
I like 28 Days.
Overrated.
Anyways, let's go.
Kind of about this movie, too.
Yeah, a little
It was
bit.
about the same thing. These two movies are very similar in that aspect. A lot of people give them like 7s or 8s when they should be about maybe 5s.
Soundtrack to this movie?
Love it.
Yeah,
The
I love
music's
Red
good.
Right Hand by Nick Cave.
really good.
Good song.
You're one microscopic cog in his catastrophic plan, designed and directed by his red right hand.
Is that slow song that they play when like the town's closing up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good song.
It's in Dumb and Dumber too. When
Yeah,
he
it
gets
is.
tricked by that fucking woman, the old woman on the motorized car. I didn't even see it coming.
Are we Billy showed up to Sydney's room?
Yep.
I just noticed this watch. Not that I've seen this 100 times, but I never noticed before. If I'd noticed before, I think I would have known who the killer was right off the bat. Don't Fear the Reaper is playing as he's coming in the window.
It's
Oh, wow.
very
It's
slow.
a slow.
Robin
don't-
told me that.
Yeah,
I
it's,
never knew that.
I can't remember who. I looked it up to see who was singing it. Yeah, it's an acoustic version of "Don't Fear the Reaper."
Wow, that's a giveaway, right?
Yeah, I just found it now. Just
And let's talk about
noticed
this.
first time
Who would ever build a house where the two doors would fucking collide
Yeah.
like that? That is just terrible architect.
yeah, I agree.
Like, that doesn't make any sense. But
the closet is directly behind the door.
but it comes into play for a little bit in chase scenes in Sid's house.
Obviously, that's why it's there, is to
Sydney.
show you when her dad tries to come in and he can't. So you know
And
it's gonna.
did you notice too, whenever Billy and Stu do the voice modulars, it's not quite the same as when they're calling. Like, it's a different pitch. Like, it
Yeah,
was
I don't
Deputy
know.
Dewey the whole time!
I don't know if
Creeper.
Okay, so Sydney's dad almost catches them, and we find out that Sydney's dad and Sydney live alone. There's no mom.
What happened to the mom?
She's been murdered.
do we do that yet?
We don't know
We
that yet.
find out soon, don't we?
Yeah, the next day at school when Gail Weathers tries to.
Can you plug Randy Marsh from...
Courtney Cox, I love you. You're so hot on that show.
There's one random plug. I don't know if it's in the movie, but I remember Randy Marsh singing that about Courtney Cox.
Randy Marsh, one of the greatest characters ever.
It's so good.
Did you see the one where they were doing The Shining, where he owned a block? And at
He
the
had the
end,
Blockbuster.
At the end, he's frozen.
Stan.
His wife's like, "Do you want some chicken nuggets?" Mm-hmm.
Stan, take your medicine.
What was the budget on this movie?
I don't know. You guys keep talking, and I'll look it up.
No, I don't know. It
Specs.
didn't do well on its opening weekend, but then
Buzz got it going.
word of mouth really got it going. It made over $100 million.
Who was big at the time?
Oh, this movie?
Yeah, who were the big... Like, Drew
they were-
Barrymore was the biggest, probably.
Well, Drew Barrymore is most well known. Nev Campbell probably.
They all did,
because
like-
she was in that show.
I
Party-
watched that. Party
was
of
it Party of
Five.
Five?
Yeah, she was...
What's his face? Ski Ulrich was just coming up. Courtney Cox was
she
doing Friends.
Just started Friends, maybe?
Yeah. So
When did Friends come out? 94, 95, 93?
Would it be under trivia
For what?
for the amount
go
of
to
money?
go to Wikipedia.
No, it should say estimated. If you just go to the IMDb page.
It says estimated. Oh, down here.
Yeah, it'll tell you like
Budget $14 million.
Oof.
Opening weekend $6 million.
Yep.
Gross $173 million.
Oh shit! I didn't know
So it
that
took
much.
off.
Did anyone? Did you guys were probably still a little young, but did you go to the theater to see it? I did.
I saw the second one before I saw the first one.
Oh, wow.
So
Really?
yeah, my aunt got it for me on VHS, and I watched it, and I'm like, what the fuck? There's a pass to this? What's going on?
I got sick when it was coming out, when it just hit DVD rentals. And I remember, I think David and Autumn and Nathan watched it without me when I was dying of cancer in the hospital, and I was so mad. You know what I did get to watch, though? The Legend of Hell House. When I was 13 in the hospital. My dad was like, "This is a great horror movie." And there was a little blockbuster, I think it was, down like from children's.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
they would go down, Mom and Dad
Wrestling
would give me
movies.
like 2 movies every day. And I watched The Legend of Hell House.
Did that have...
Roddy McDowell.
Oh, that's right.
It's pretty boring.
It's from that time.
Yeah. He also wanted me to watch Last House on the Left, so I watched that when I was like 14.
Dad?
Yeah. He's like, I remember this is a good movie. That's my favorite Wes Craven movie. It's so goofy and
Hills Have Eyes.
It's real life.
Good though.
it is, but like The Last House on the Left is real life. Like that situation, just a group, like 3 people that are going
Is
to
it one of
abduct
the-
someone and murder them. That
Is it-
could happen.
Isn't one of the cops the sensei?
Martin
from-
Cove? Yeah.
We were just talking about John.
He's a bumbling cop.
What's his name in Karate Kid? John. He was the sensei. John. I can't think of his last name.
What's that say?
In Karate Kid, he was the sensei at. He was the Cobra Kai.
Martin Cove.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name.
Oh, his name
Karate
in the
Kid.
movie.
John something.
I just watched
Crease.
John Kreese.
I just watched him get his nose honked in the second one about a week ago. It was playing on AMC.
Well, John was talking about Garrett not liking
Karate.
karate, and I was like, oh, do they have John Kreese as the
Right.
sensei up there?
Sweep the leg, Garrett! Sweep the leg!
Show no mercy!
Talk about, okay, so Billy is about to leave the room, and he's like, hey, Sid, I was watching The Exorcist the other night, and it was on TV, and it's like our love life. We started off hot and heavy, like an R-rated going to an NC-17. But ever since your mom died, we've been PG!
No, I think he says that.
Yeah.
And it's real weird. And looking
that's-
back on it, you should probably see the
It's,
disguise.
I mean, that's the writing. My biggest problem with this movie is high school kids don't talk like that.
No.
And it's
I imagine it would be more along the lines of, I want to get laid! Just a
Okay,
whiny
so
voice.
again, let's talk about this.
what?
Was he at Casey's house doing the killing? And then he showed up at Sid's window after like
Yeah, I mean,
11
when
o'clock?
when like Tatum says, "Oh, Stu's at my place,"
You think she was just covering up for him?
No, I think maybe he was, but not the way you think. Like he wasn't there all night long. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he was over for
At
an
like
hour.
7, and then
Yeah.
but she even knows that she's the one that tells Sydney that you don't have to worry about me not being there yet. They didn't get killed till after 10 o'clock when she's coming over to her house the next
Which
night.
is weird because it's a school night.
Maybe Tatum's in on it because she doesn't show up till like 7:45,
Oh yeah.
and she's like, Sid, what happened? Someone attacked you with a mask?
Also, is it weird that Drew Barrymore was after 10 o'clock
On a school night?
on a school night? She had her boyfriend coming over to watch movies after 10 o'clock.
After 10. And so is Billy snuck in after 10 o'clock. And
Well,
her dad's like, I'm
sneaking
leaving.
in, I can see.
But her parents weren't home.
Her
So
parents
they're
were
taking
coming
advantage
home.
of it, probably.
Yeah, they were coming home.
Did she know they were on their way home?
Clearly.
Okay.
I don't think that had anything to do. I'm just like, seems
That's
late.
a lot. Yeah,
Well,
that's.
10. Sound like an old man right now.
No, you
Your
don't.
kids
No,
go to
no,
bed
no.
on a
If
school
it's
night.
a school
My
night,
parents
you
let
should
me do
probably
that kind of
be.
shit, but my parents were, I'm sorry, Mom and Dad, but you were bad parents. So...
Can you hand me a beer?
Oh,
I don't
yeah?
want to have to ask you again.
So, over the top high school principal here.
A little bit.
A little bit, but
Little bit.
it's the Fonz.
Mm.
And he's great. Is
I
Henry
thought
Winkler-
when he put the mask on, I was like, it reminded me of Billy Baldwin in Usual Suspects. I know it's horrible to mention that movie.
Motherfucker, got key. You know what I love Henry Winkler in
Did
also?
you see Bryan Singer?
The Water Boy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's excellent in that.
I hate him, I hate him, I hate him.
Did you see Bryan Singer? Not only Kevin Spacey, we can't watch
Oh,
Usual Suspects.
Did he?
Bryan Singer now is accused of all kind of.
And slowly,
Let's
one by
just-
one, everybody in that cast.
Let's just. Oh my god. What? all Hollywood men rapists?
Oh, Hollywood's evil.
It's a terrible place to go.
Yeah.
Me and Robin still come up with, who do you think? Okay, so Christopher Walken, Robert Wagner, and a woman are on a boat.
They killed her.
And a woman
Absolutely, absolutely.
Who did the killing? Because we were watching Austin Powers International Man of Mystery last night, and number 2 was on
Wagner,
there.
Robert
If we
Wagner.
had to choose, we think probably Robert Wagner probably was the one to throw her overboard.
Well, yeah, because
I
she
don't
was
know.
she was trying to hook up with Christopher Walken, and for some reason, they both were on the boat with her. I don't know why Robert Wagner would do that.
I could see Robert Wagner passed out, and I could see Chris Walken doing some lines of something, and then just in a rage.
But she
Really?
he
I see
wasn't
it
mad,
the other
like,
way.
He wasn't mad at her. Christopher Walken wasn't. On the boat, Wagner and the woman were arguing. Natalie Wood were arguing. The captain of the boat wanted to go down and talk. The person who was running the boat wanted to go down and talk, and Christopher Walken's like, don't get between a husband and a wife that are arguing. Trust me, I know. Don't do it. So
Sailor, good man.
So if
And that's
anybody
the end
did
of
it,
it.
if anybody did it, it's Wagner. But I know Walken probably knew that
Right,
had happened
covered up for
and was
everybody.
like, all right, fine.
You don't just fall off a boat. And if it's your wife,
She was afraid of water. She was deathly afraid of water. She
and if
wouldn't
it's
get
your
in the water
wife,
on her own.
you would tell the captain, hey, woman overboard.
What, they send all the kids home? Or it's just crazy there that day because
This is where they're
It's one of
after.
those-
they're questioning.
school.
I think they're questioning all the students
Yeah.
one at a time. And just asking
There's
if they
no
know
kids
anything.
going to class. Everything's basically
Yeah.
shut down.
And then we get them all sitting around.
Mm.
Billy, Stu,
As you do in
Sid,
90s high school
Tatum,
movies, they all
yeah.
just sit.
Just sit and
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
Never
Out
go
on
to
the-
class.
We never had anything pretty enough in our schools to look like a place where we could go outside and talk. Like they had like a fucking water fountain and like.
Oh, this is California. Come on.
I know.
We had that walkway that we built after everybody died, but nobody ever went out there.
Yeah, that walkway was there when I
That's
was
because
there.
it was morbid.
Yeah.
It's
Is
like
that
remember everybody that died that went to high school
That's a
with.
terrible thing to put up then.
I think it was a reminder. Wear your seatbelt. When they're talking, this is where I have Billy's not good at hiding that they're the killers,
Right.
or at least
I know we've all
He's
seen
the
it
killer.
before, but I mean now you can watch it and you just see
I guess-
blatantly.
Yeah.
You
maybe-
watch every scene they're in and they're giving it away.
Well, is Stu giving it away as much as Billy?
No,
Or
I
you
think
maybe to
Stu's
think
so
Stu or
goofy
That
yeah.
no one ever believes Stu.
That's what I
'cause he's
mean.
like-
Maybe you're to think like,
Never.
well, Stu's not the killer, but possibly Billy.
Okay,
Alone.
so let's
Yeah.
talk about this. The
'Cause
first time you watched it,
I
who
feel
did
like
you think it was? I thought it was Billy.
I thought it was
Until he got stabbed.
no, I thought it was Billy because the bathroom scene. Sydney,
That does
Sydney,
not make sense.
No. Okay, Sydney. She bumps into him in the hallway,
Yeah.
and I noticed his clothes that he has on.
He's got those
He-
boots.
He has his dark blue jeans too, dark blue jeans on, and that's the foot and the leg that come down.
She goes
From
into
the bathroom.
bathroom before that. There's two girls in there.
Yeah.
He would have had to snuck in while
Yeah,
she was
there's
putting her
that,
makeup on
but
or
then
looking in the mirror.
When she comes running out, do they mention later that it was just a prank?
No.
Or it really was the killer?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I don't understand. No, how long was that guy sitting in the bathroom? It had to be Lillard
Yeah.
because she just bumped into Billy and then went straight to the bathroom where those girls were talking.
But
about.
how do they know that? How do they know
How'd
that
she
she
know
was
she was
going to
gonna
go in there?
in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Exactly.
that
And if it was
happens
a
in lot of
prank-
these,
Yeah,
though.
I know. But
New Year's Evil, the dude's in the garbage can waiting for somebody. I mean, it happens all the fucking time.
Yeah,
waiting
Lisa-
here.
What a
Uh,
great theme song though.
She decides she's gonna stay with Tatum.
yeah, because her dad's out
Her
of town.
dad's out of
Her
town.
dad's out of town.
Although he hasn't checked into the Hilton yet.
Well, they don't know that yet.
Wait, they haven't run the police records or anything yet?
No, they will
not
because the phone call's going to come.
Oh, that's right.
Tatum.
This is the night Tatum's coming. Wait, okay, so this
There's
is
a curfew in
Tatum's
town.
coming to stay with Sydney, even though Sydney's supposed to stay at
No,
Tatum's house
she's-
that night.
She's coming to pick her up.
That's not what she says.
Yeah.
She'll
Sydney
be
falls
there around
asleep.
7.
Sydney falls asleep on the couch.
Yeah.
Tatum was going to come pick her up about 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. It's 7:45. Tatum says, "I'm on my way." Then
Well, I don't know when
gets
she was supposed to
attacked.
pick her up. Tatum was supposed to pick her up. And then she's late, but then after she gets off the phone with Tatum, that's when the call comes in, and it's either Billy or Stu.
Which one?
I don't know.
Could be
Do
both.
we not
this
have?
time.
I mean, you watched the movie. Who do you think it is?
Holy Christ, you don't know. You can't tell which one it is because
Well,
you
now
don't know
knowing-
where they're at.
Yeah.
Now knowing everything you know about them, who do you think made the phone call and who was running through the house?
Okay, I think maybe Billy made the phone call. And
Well,
Stu
Billy
was
has a
running
cell
to the house.
phone. Oh, wait, they run the records on the cell phone. I love the sheriff. What are you doing with a cellular phone?
Yeah, like you're not allowed to have a phone.
That's 1996.
Still,
Also,
Zach Morris had one
when
in
Sydney
92.
calls 911 from her computer, this is the fastest fucking internet I've ever seen in
It's
1996.
absolute bullshit.
What's your emergency?
You know, looking back at this Urban Legends stole a massive amount of shit from this movie.
Well,
Just so much. Using
most
the
of the
computer and shit like
post-
that.
The post
Been
slasher, post Scream slasher films all
There's a
stole
ton
from
of
this.
cherry
And you know what the
Urban
worst part
Legends.
about them is?
Hmm.
These modern slashers that don't want to show us titties. Why? Think you're
I'm
being
sure
cool?
Weinstein
Think you're
pushed
being
as
new?
hard
kid?
as he could to get it, but he couldn't get any.
Come on, Rose. Come on, Rose.
Right? Why? Was she not naked in this movie?
Maybe she didn't want to.
It could have been a case of trying to get, but it was R, right? So there was
Yeah.
Those are.
Czar.
maybe there was so much violence that they're like, take the sex out.
Yeah,
There was
maybe.
no sex.
I know they're like, take it out.
No, that's
No, I think Kevin Williamson wrote this stupid story. He's like, it would be so funny. We're gonna take all the aspects of a slasher.
see-
We're gonna take out the sex.
Yeah, I could see that happen in the 90s.
Why
That
though?
he just goes, we're just going to concentrate on the kills and the slasher and the story rather than the gratuitous.
But
Because
after the
even though
first
it's
two
R, you're
kills-
trying to get a teenage audience in there, I think.
Yeah.
So
After the first kills with Steve and Casey, where their guts are ripped out, you're left kind of empty. The rest of the movie with the kills,
Really
except Kenny.
are.
Kenny's was okay.
Kenny?
Yeah,
Who's Kenny?
the cameraman.
Oh, that's right.
Move your fat tub of lard ass now.
She plays a good pitch.
Right? Signing off. Gail Withers.
So at first she
Still
thought this
works.
was Randy on the phone,
Yeah.
and to be honest, the very first time I saw this, I thought it might be Randy for a few
The
minutes.
killer?
Yeah, but I was like, he just seems like he's not interested.
Yeah, the movie.
The movie was kind of getting away from him a little bit.
Yeah, it's
so.
like, well, he would have no motivation to kill anybody except he works
Neither
in.
do these two. It's
No.
really weak.
Well, Billy's mom left
Oh.
him.
So you're gonna just murder random fucking people?
No.
Like, it's a terrible plan. If the mom left, kill fucking Nev Campbell. The end.
Because it's her fault her mom slept with his
Well,
dad.
that's what they seem
That's
to
what
fucking
Billy
think.
thinks.
So
We did your poor mom a favor. I think he says.
now
It's like, that's
there's somebody
harsh.
in prison for this murder.
Oh, yeah.
Billy
Cotton Weary.
Or
Uh,
Cotton Willie.
Billy Cotton?
Willie. Cotton
Willie.
Weary.
Willie.
Stroke! I'm having a stroke!
Billy Cotton Willie.
Did he say Willie Cotton or Billy Cotton?
I said Billy Willie. Willie.
He said
Cotton
Billy
Willie.
Cotton Willie.
Oh, old Billy Cotton.
For the love of God,
Cotton
John,
Weary,
cut that.
played by one of my top 5 favorite actors.
Top 5.
Oh, he's
He's excellent.
Lee Shriver.
Liev Schreiber. Watch him in Goon movie, the hockey movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, fucking
Which one? Phantasm. Phantoms.
Phantoms.
Okay, yeah, Phantoms.
I was like,
Spoiler
I
alert.
don't think he was in Phantasm, but
Phantasms is going.
Phantasm. Oh, your top 5 what?
Movies that we pick next time.
Sorry, I already have it in the list.
Oh, it's in there.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think you did put it in there.
Yeah.
Oh. I guess that'll free up another space for me to think of another. I had like 3 of them ready for the next ones, and now I've got to come up with another one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I
Weaver
have
just
it.
picks us out of a book like an asshole.
I picked one out of a book. That's all.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure. I
maybe
have
you
it.
should have picked some of the other ones out of a book. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
So this is the first.
The Exorcist 3 wasn't terrible.
This is the
It was
first.
eh.
This is the first ghost face attack on Sydney, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
He's not called Ghostface yet.
No, but do you like the costume or the mask?
I think it's all right.
It's
I like
fine.
it. Also, do you think he's overly clumsy? Like Sydney
Yes.
beats the hell out of him
This
all the
is
time.
one of the
Yes.
reasons that I hate Ghostface being associated with all the serial killers from horror movies, because they're not this way. It's just many people in a mask. It's
Also,
Ghostface
yeah, I was gonna
killer
say, it's
is not
many,
a thing.
Yeah, it's
He's
many
not one
people.
specific-
It's not one
Yeah.
person.
So that I'll kill you that way or whatever it is, that song.
Oh, it's kinda
He's
funny.
in there, and I'm like, no, absolutely not. Get him out of here.
Do you find it believable though? Like, you know, it's a teenager this person's not Michael Myers, this person's not Jason. Like, so they don't really know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So they probably would stumble and make mistakes and get punched.
Absolutely.
And,
Like, I'm sure real serial killers have problems where they trip over shit, cut themselves, leave evidence behind.
Is this the attack though where she throws open the freezer door
and smacks him in the face, and he goes down.
He gets wailed on.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't he have a mark the next day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he would.
Billy, why's your face all bruised? Or Stu? Okay. The cops show up after the attack, and then they're trying to contact Sydney's father to let him know, but they can't.
He hasn't gotten there yet.
And
He never made it to the Hilton.
And he never checked in. He was never even registered, they said. How? What?
I have no idea.
Was that just a stupid red herring?
Maybe.
So it could be the dad.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the big and what really is stupid
Why would he
too,
tell her?
instead of stealing his phone, they talk about how it's either going to be the dad's phones or somebody cloned it. And the cop, Joseph Lip, he was like, "There's no way that anyone's going to clone a phone in this short a time," or something like that. And it turns out that they did clone the phone. It wasn't the dad's. Why wouldn't I just take the dad's when you abducted him? Because they did abduct
That is
the
a
guy.
good question. Yeah. He's
That's a
tied up
lot
the
of
entire movie.
Maybe they couldn't get his cell phone fingerprint lock.
Oh yeah, 1996. That's right. Technology was real good back then.
But,
a lot of things just don't add up in this movie.
well, yeah.
It's not that hard to tie up loose ends. If you come across a problem at the beginning, make sure it's wrapped up by the end of your fucking movie.
But is this a movie where you're going to pick out all these things the first time you watch it? Or is
No.
this just the product of,
You're
I've seen
on-
this movie 15 times now?
Maybe that's the problem. Directors should take into effect that people do podcasts and are going to critique
no,
their movies.
not 1996.
Yeah, 1996 they didn't.
Yeah, I guess that.
The first
but
time
there's still
through-
critics out there.
But the first time through, this is just for the ride.
Yeah.
That's all. And then when you watch it multiple times, you start to pick out flaws with the ride.
Are you going to scream at this Sixth Sense and say, like, after the first time you watch it, you're like blown away. The second time, you're like, fucking
I would tell
stupid
you
writing.
I will tell you this.
I already knew.
I went to no, and I don't know. I went to the theater twice to see it, but I was an immature teenager, and I went to the theater to see it twice, and I didn't know anything about it either time. I didn't know that Bruce Willis was dead the whole time. I didn't know. I didn't even watch it.
Oh, and you're like, what the fuck? All right, so they get taken to the police station.
Was Linda Blair in this for like a second
Was she?
as a reporter?
I don't know.
I have Linda Blair. Haha.
I can look.
Look it up.
Oh, this was after Billy was arrested. I'm sorry, I'm jumping the gun, but I just looked down and saw Linda Blair. There was one reporter from another news agency. She had short red hair. And I was like, did they get Linda Blair to do just this random cameo? She does nothing. She might say one line.
Lisa Beach, TV reporter 1. Tony Kilbert, number 2. I don't see another one. Linda Blair, obnoxious reporter, uncredited.
Good job.
Yeah, good job.
She was in for like a second.
Yeah, that's probably why she didn't get any credit for it.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't even have known.
So they both get taken in for questioning.
Oh, we get the comic relief of Tatum pushing Dewey around and not respecting him.
Mom says when I wear this badge, you have to call me officer of the law.
My freaking favorite scene of Scary Movie is when Doofy
He comes
comes out with the vacuum cleaner.
Oh, that's
So
They portrayed him
it
so
is
funny in
so-
this movie.
I still die laughing when I see this.
Deputy Doofy.
Gonna vacuum my room now.
And this whole time he was the killer, I think.
Doofy?
Yeah?
I remember. That might be right.
No, in this movie.
In
You
this
do
one?
know-
How couldn't
Oh,
Dewey be the
maybe.
killer? Think about it.
You do know this movie is supposed to be called Scary Movie.
Yep.
And that's why they used it for the...
I knew that.
Alright. Easy trivia, people.
Now we meet Gail Weathers. Courtney
Gil?
Cox. Gail. I said Gail, I think.
Gil
I
Weathers.
misspoke a lot on this show.
Caught Daniels.
So she's investigating the murder the murder of Sydney's mom.
She's
and thinks
kinda-
that Cotton Weary was
Innocent.
not
She's kind of one of these...
tabloid.
Yeah, tabloid reporters. Tabloids were huge in the 90s. We saw that in Night Flyer when we reviewed that. It's that same type of
You gotta be the
Fuck's
first
my
one.
dead baby.
You gotta be the
hard
first one on
copies.
that scene. It's
Yeah.
gonna be so.
hard copies. I don't know what some of the others are
What
called.
was this one called? Top
Top
one?
one? No, I can't
Something
remember what
one. No.
Top story, top line,
Top story?
something
That
like
might
that.
be it.
Hard copy?
No, no, hard copy was a real
Okay.
tabloid show.
Didn't
Yep.
it do that?
Yep.
With the
No. Is that the one Bill
Typewriter?
O'Reilly worked for?
I think
Fuck it,
so.
we'll do it live!
Yeah.
Fuck it! But while Billy is in jail, the killer calls.
Sydney goes to Tatum's
So
house.
now Billy has an alibi.
Yep. He's like, you got the wrong guy again.
Oh, wait.
Okay, so what is up with
We didn't forget the
that
next day of
later when she's like, "Who'd you call when you were at the?"
school. I think she just started thinking. I don't know. That was really
But
weird.
he was like, "Well, I called my dad."
Yeah,
and
and
then
she
she's
goes-
like, "No, the officer called your dad." And he's like, "Well, I tried to call him and
Yeah.
couldn't get a hold of him."
And then she said, well, I was just thinking, because if you would have called me, that would have been a perfect alibi or something like that. But wouldn't they trace the calls?
Maybe.
if you are in jail and you
Yeah.
make a phone call, it's recorded. First
yeah,
of all,
I don't think the police station.
So did he call? Okay, so let's talk
and
this.
give you privacy.
Did he call Stu and say,
Oh, I
"Call"?
can see that.
You need to call, even though it would be traced.
I'm in jail.
Yeah.
Call
Yeah.
her so they know it's not me.
Well,
doing
he
it.
probably didn't tell him that. He probably just said, "Hey, I'm in jail," or
Yeah.
I'm
Nudge,
arrested
nudge.
right now.
Wink, wink.
That's bad that we have to make up our own storyline to connect everything in this movie.
Again, first time through, second time through, you're not thinking about a lot of this little stuff.
Well,
I don't
a little
know,
more
like,
sophisticated.
Were
my
there,
brain
were there
is.
people like in the theaters with notepads taking notes of every detail and be like, that doesn't make sense.
Well, again, this is where
Fuck you.
That's what we do now. It's not what we did then. That's not what they don't think of this shit when they make the movies. There's gonna be holes.
we keep getting
I understand
more information about what happened to Sydney's mother. Tatum's pretty harsh about it too. Why is she hanging out with these people? Billy is basically like, "Hey, bitch,
Fuck me and quit worrying about your mom.
you
I know
dead
she's
mom.
Dead, who cares?
Not your mom, your dead mom." And then Tatum kind of says the same thing, kind of hinting that she maybe doesn't believe that Sydney's mom was not sleeping around.
Are you at that part? Because I have 3 plugs in a row when they're talking.
Well, they're at Tatum's house.
Yeah, okay, so School's Out by Alice Cooper plays when they give the curfew.
Oh, did I totally miss the?
Richard Gere tells a gerbil story I want to play.
I bought a gerbil at the petting zoo. If Richard Gere can do it, I can too.
Tatum talks about Richard Gere.
And then she's like, you can only hear so many rumors before you start believing them. And can you play Rumors by the Timex Social Club?
How do rumors get started?
Oh, I thought you were gonna go with something from Fleetwood Mac, but okay.
Oh my god, I hate Fleetwood Mac.
So do I.
Movie store rental place.
That's
thing.
where we...
Mm-hmm.
Then that's when Tatum walks away and she's like, your movie's gonna be like one of those Wes Carpenter flicks.
Yeah. Those lines.
That's when I
I-
had enough.
That
Actually,
shit.
after Randy says,
And Randy. with
her
the
dad will
fucking
pop up in the
rule.
last reel.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
The
fuck you!
Yeah, Randy gets old quick with his rules. You're not an expert, Randy. Because did he get it
Stu,
right?
though? Stu is
Randy
funny
didn't
in
get it
this.
right?
No, he didn't. He missed it.
Yeah. So, you're not an expert.
And Stu is hilarious in this.
We're at.
In the movie store.
Are we at the movie store? No, we got to get to the bathroom attack at school.
Oh, did that already happen?
She gets out a window, doesn't she?
No, she
walked
runs
out
out the
front
door.
Oh, the door.
She
She
slaps.
runs
She
out
does
the
a
door.
baseball
Then
slide
they
on
end
her
up.
killer.
I think they cancel school the rest of the day and send everyone home early, and then we get the
Winkler.
Yeah, this is when he dies.
curfew scene where everyone's like packing their kids up. So much
Driving out of town, yeah.
So much reminded me of Silver Bullet
Oh, yeah.
when everyone's packing up, like shutting doors, looking out one last time. We kind of already talked about the bathroom attack and
Damn,
how
criminals.
not plausible it is.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, we get more crazy.
Yeah, because there were already 2 girls in that bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they're just completely not paying attention. That's the only thing I
Is
can
that
come up
blonde
with.
hot in the back? Wearing a
Could've
cheerleader
been.
outfit.
For sure. She could have gotten naked right there.
That's just what they do in high school bathrooms.
How do you know what they do in high school bathrooms?
I assume they
peeper.
don't just get nude just to get nude.
Well, they might just be like, look at my boobs today.
I heard they have pillows in there, so if they just want to start
Oh,
a
I
pillow
see.
fight, they can.
Yeah, that's why there's couches and pillows. Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's what I heard. I don't know if it's fact.
The women's
telling
bathrooms
you
are
what I heard.
amazing, except they're disgusting. Down where we work.
So there's a
I
party.
remember when
being-
what's his face, Mark, and he had to go clean up poop because
Overtime?
somebody was too big and they didn't realize where they were sitting on the toilet and they were sitting off to the side.
Missed. How do you...
I don't know. It's a great question.
Do you remember?
Center your ass crack over the hole. Come on.
Do you remember a couple times where they over the announcements are like, any available janitor, please report to the bathroom.
It's so bad. There should never be. I went into one the other day, and the whole
remember
back
somebody
seat
pooped
was
in the
crushed,
urinal?
and I'm just like...
Somebody jumped in the urinal.
We said that it was a
It had to be a two-man job.
two-man job. You have to have a lookout because you're not just going to squat over a urinal when someone could walk through there and be like,
You
what
don't-
the fuck are you doing shitting on that?
I use that bathroom.
And how would you pee? You'd have to, like, tuck your wiener near your butthole.
complicated.
That is... Who would do that?
Oh, I think they purposely just took the shit. I don't think they had to pee. I think they just took it.
Can you ever poop without shitting? Or can you ever shit without peeing?
No. No,
They
it's
come hand in
impossible.
hand, don't
It's
they?
impossible.
You
do
can
it.
you can pee without shitting, but you can't shit.
That's right. It's like the square rectangle or the square. Yeah, right now. Square rectangle. Yeah, I almost said triangle and I got myself confused.
Oh shit! Poop is so funny.
It really is. Gail Withers flirts with Dewey.
Yeah, because she tries to get into the party that they're throwing.
Not you, Fred.
Oh,
Oh, we're not at the party yet. You're way.
No,
ahead.
Well, that's when they start flirting with each other.
No, she
Fonzie's
flirts with him to try to get into the school when they're doing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I was like, Fonzie's about to die here.
Yeah, we went backwards.
We've skipped Fonzie dying like 4 times now.
No, okay, so when Fonzie threatens those kids, or was that kind of like a small red herring that, could it be the
Maybe
principal
he's the
killing
killer.
people?
Yeah, I should gut you guys like a fish.
Yeah, I was
Does
like,
every single
jeez.
person in the movie have to be a red herring? What if Sydney's doing the killing? I mean, at
Think
this
about
point, what the fuck? She's the only one that's not on the radar, and she's kind of on the radar because, who fucking knows? Maybe she's just imagining it.
Who could possibly be the killers? Her dad,
The janitor.
the janitor,
I would
Fred,
have looked at him.
the principal,
That was
Randy,
That was-
Billy.
That was cringy too.
I thought that was actually kind of cool.
No.
Wes Craven, Fred Krueger reference in the sweater. I like that. It's a nice throwback.
They need to stop throwing so much shit in this.
Yeah.
It's too much.
That's fine though, because Wes Craven directed that movie, and it's a direct
I'd
reference
rather-
to one of his movies.
Yeah, but
it's
I'd
not
rather
like
just have it-
meta.
I would rather have it a
It's
little more
not meta
serious
like
than,
that. But that's the light humor in this movie.
There's a
That
lot
and
of humor
Stu.
in this. There's a ton of humor in this.
And Dewey,
but-
because he's retarded.
Oh, this is like quick too. We have the Fred reference, and then like 30 seconds later, we have Tatum saying something about Wes Carpenter, and it's like,
Yeah, that's why it's just packed on like too much, at least all at once.
Okay, well, then you go right to the movie theater where Stu, or
yeah, because
Randy
there's
tells Stu that,
they're gonna do.
of course,
Stu
the dad's
says,
gonna pop him in the third wheel. This is how.
Stu says basically, because I think they canceled school even, and so there's gonna be an impromptu party at his house.
Yep.
This is the movie rental. They're inviting Randy.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't want to hang out with that guy,
No.
and I wouldn't want to rent movies with him or watch movies with him.
No, because he's gonna talk through the whole thing, and
Yeah. Something happens, everybody's like watching, and he's just like, "Oh no, here it comes!"
he does.
Damn it.
He does peg Billy though
Mm-hmm.
in this scene, and
Yeah.
we see Billy, and I'm pretty sure he
What?
stopped washing his hair.
Oh, it's greasy.
It is greasy.
But why is Billy even in the movie section? He just plans on
It's
murder.
like
He's
in
planning
this
on
movie?
murder tonight. I don't think he needs to be in the movie.
Maybe he's like trying to
rental
pick
place.
out which person he's gonna murder.
So Dewey, he wants respect, and he's mad that Tatum doesn't give him respect,
But he still
and the
allows
police
them to
force
drink.
doesn't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But he knows that Sydney's been called, harassed, actually attacked. Her father's missing, but Dewey still allows them to go to this party. Is he using her as bait?
Maybe.
Dewey is going to be the hero at the end of this.
Maybe that's his plan.
Dewey's
Still thinks so.
that
Huh?
third unsung killer that no one talks
Like he's in
about.
on it, and he's like, "Guys, I want to help. Come on."
They're like, no, you're too retarded.
Yeah, I think he's using her as bait, and like he wants to capture the killer and be the hero so he can get respect.
Is that when he brings Gail into the
Probably
party
a
house?
more plausible theory than he's the actual killer.
Think about it. We have no whereabouts of him during the Casey and Steve murders. He showed up at Sydney's front door with the mask
That's true.
when she was getting chased the first time. Billy scared the killer away.
But she called 911 and they sent a car.
It was Dewey.
He's a deputy.
You think it was Dewey?
They wouldn't send Dewey anywhere near a serious crime.
Oh, he's not doofus.
If somebody was like, my
Doofy.
cat's stuck in a
He's
tree,
half
they might
doofy.
send him. But
He's half goofy.
Um,
But you also Joseph Whip, the cop in this, is also in 1984's Nightmare on Elm Street.
holy shit, that was...
Wes Craven.
you just
I couldn't think about it.
You just
Night-
mumbled a
Return of
title.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Wes Craven using the same cops in his movies 22 years later. No, 12 years later. Wow.
Shouldn't what's his face?
I shouldn't
in there,
talk.
though? Nancy's dad.
John Saxon.
Yeah, shouldn't he have been a cop in this
No,
movie?
he was too big at the time.
He's never big in anything.
He was good.
He was good, but he wasn't big in anything.
So,
He wasn't.
do you think the party went on too long? 42 minutes of this movie is devoted
Yeah.
to the party night.
More than a third.
It's sad. Okay,
Do you think it was
They-
to bring this to
a lot
like
of them
central
leave,
location?
and then a lot of them leave again to go see the
well,
dead
half
principal.
leave, some leave, and because they're just like they either have to be
The
home,
party's over, yeah.
and then the other half stick around, probably to sober up a
But
little
they
bit.
find the dead body on the football field. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
they
bunch
find the
of them
principal,
go there,
and then a
except
bunch
for like
take off.
Randy and clearly Stu. And
Yeah.
my biggest question is, Tatum gets killed while this party is still
Yeah.
massive and going on.
Nobody noticed her dead body.
Nobody notices.
I don't know which direction the garage is facing though. Is it facing
Okay,
the front?
but
is it right beside the front porch?
Who killed her? Because Billy's not at the party yet, so it had to be Stu, and he's the host of this party.
Yeah.
Nobody noticed the host was missing?
Or Tatum. They just assume they're all banging somewhere where he's
Been
murdering
to
them.
high school parties? Did you?
Nobody
did you
tries to keep track
No,
of
but
anything.
also, like, there's the garage is going up and down. If anyone else shows up for the party, they're gonna
Well,
be
I
like,
don't
"What
know-
the fuck is
that's
going on?"
what I'm saying. I don't
at
know
the-
which direction the garage could be in the back of the house and wrap around or something. So
I
everyone
didn't see
might
a
be stuck
driveway
in the
connecting
front.
Well,
that.
somebody could have...
I don't know.
With
I'm
the
telling
architecture
you.
in this town, somebody could
It's
have
up
decided
front
to
because
do
you
something
see
like
it
that,
when
yeah.
they're running out of there before Sydney kicks the fence over. She comes out of the house, sees Tatum's head stuck in the garage, and then runs and kicks the. Oh, that! First of all, that fence. Why even have that fence? If Sidney Prescott can rip the wood off of it, that fence is no good.
I don't have a complaint with the fence.
I do. You shouldn't be able to just rip apart a fence like that.
John's looking like he agrees with me. He just doesn't really have a problem with the fence in
No.
this movie.
A high school teenage girl is not going to be able to just rip wood off of a fence
Okay.
like that.
It wasn't a huge fence.
This is where I'm going to go with this. Although I still have a lot of problems with this movie, but if this movie was 100% accurate and 100% effective and all that stuff, these killers would have been caught immediately.
Oh yeah.
This wouldn't have gone on. There would be no
Well, no
movie.
shit.
So there
Well,
has to be conveniences
If we're
in the movie.
if we're
And
if
this
we're
is one
to
of them.
believe that the killers take a beating and they're clumsy and stuff because they're young and they don't know what they're doing, then you can't have it that they're so smart they're outwitting
No.
the police.
And they are, because they perfectly set up Cotton Weary to go to death row. Death row.
Gail and Dewey come in, and
Really
Dewey's
good.
kind of funny. He's teasing like, "Hey, you're underage," and he's like, "Don't drink and drive, though." And then Gail slips this inconspicuous camera.
Recorder?
yeah.
I'll buy the DVD
Yeah, but it has a
or the
DVDs in 1996.
VCR.
She slips this camera to record the kids. She wants to record the killer, but there's a 30-second delay, I believe.
Yes.
About, yeah.
While the cameraman in the van outside
Kenny.
he's got it hooked up to the monitor and stuff. How would that work? How would a camera send wireless signals?
Well, we went to the moon in 1969. So I
guess,
would guess the technology's there.
Okay.
If she plays record, he has it connected somehow. But there's not...
I don't know. This is
There's
like
a
when
giant
Tommy
wireless
Wiseau put their
connection.
freaking tape recorder under the telephone in the room. He recorded all the conversations.
Maybe I just shouldn't ask questions at all.
Well, Tatum goes to get more beer.
Doesn't work out.
No, but it looks nice.
Oh, yeah, her nips are hard. Everyone likes that.
Weinstein's like, more ice on set, please.
This is where he
says-
takes a beating.
And this is where she actually says Ghostface. She's like, sorry, Mr. Ghostface.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He
She pummels him.
Yeah, whoever this is gets wailed at the freezer door,
Let's talk about
two
beer bottles.
beer bottles
Don't break
in the
like that.
face. Full beer bottles.
Didn't you tell me a story where you
That
hit
would,
yourself?
I smacked it off a tree and it didn't break. There's no way that she threw that bottle and those shattered off that guy's head. They would have thudded and that guy would have been knocked out.
Okay, whichever one it is would clearly be busted up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because-
You would be hurting.
But
They're both fine.
2 seconds later, we see both of them. How cold is Billy that he slept with her, then's gonna kill her?
He wanted to get laid before he killed her.
That's cold.
He was really. That's probably why he kept putting it off. He's like, I have to
Genius.
get laid first.
Genius.
It's pretty cold.
But I think it was to hurt her more.
I think, well, and at this point,
yeah.
Sid the whole time has been like, no. On your mom's anniversary, you're finally gonna fuck this
Not
guy.
only that, but this
makes
guy
sense.
possibly could have
Could
been
be a
the
killer. Yeah,
And-
you're still kind of like up in the air, but you're like, oh, he's kissing my neck. Oh!
And your dad is missing. You were just attacked.
When your anniversary, your mom's murder and
Attacked
rape.
twice in 24 hours.
Traditionally in horror movies, danger equals sex.
Yep.
So
Shouldn't
Also-
she die here for the rules of horror movies?
Well, they do try to kill her.
Didn't she be dead though?
because she had sex with somebody.
Yes, Randy should be the only survivor of this movie.
Yeah, but they're playing on the rules. That's why we have Randy telling us
Yes.
the rules. But they're
They're-
breaking the rules.
Exactly.
Um,
Stick to one thing. Either be so meta that you want to be meta, or just don't do it.
I saw this on trivia. I thought that they always had because it looks like Tatum is not going to fit through that door. But then she's halfway in and halfway out of the pet door. And I thought they just got a bigger pet door to shoot that angle. But apparently she was able to flip through that pet door.
What a miserable experience for her.
And that could never break your neck or hold you or
No, it
anything
wouldn't.
like that.
It wouldn't even
But
be off the ground.
New.
Tatum,
First of all,
God bless her soul,
Whatever-
is the sexiest lady in this movie.
whatever garage door opener you have, that is like the most powerful garage door opener that would lift a whole body up.
Yeah, that thing would be.
Because I touch
Coming
mine
down.
and it comes back down.
Yeah, it's
as
like,
a
whoa,
safety,
whoa, whoa.
or it just stops because it's a safety feature. But call back to Carpenter. We got Halloween playing. Did you like the score of Halloween with some of the movements of Stu in the background and stuff like that, or the Ghostface Killer?
Where he's stabbing Bob and shit.
Yeah,
Making
but
noises.
it's done to the score of Halloween.
No, I'm going to tell you why. Weaver, what's the rule?
I thought it was cool.
Don't
show a
ever
better
show
movie.
a better movie inside your movie.
Because then you wish you're watching Halloween.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
Did
I
John
found
Carpenter have anything to do with this? Because they just
He's friends with.
bring him in.
I'm
Was
sure,
he friends
yeah.
with Craven?
Also, I did think it was funny for someone who should know about horror films. Not Randy, but just Wes Craven and stuff in general, or the person writing. When we see Bob getting, was it Bob?
Mm-hmm.
Getting stuck to the wall, and the kid goes, "Oh my God, so much blood!" There's no blood. in
No
that
blood
scene.
at all whatsoever.
Maybe that was on purpose.
He seemed. He didn't say it in jest. He, as a joke.
I know, but I'm saying like maybe it was written in there to be like, this kid's an idiot, there's no blood.
I don't know.
Maybe it's a jab at critics or something like that.
That's a sloppy writing.
It
There's
is
a lot
sloppy
of
writing.
sloppy writing.
Maybe it's
yes.
because Kevin Williamson never saw a real fucking horror movie.
He's just like, I know how to write about him.
Yeah.
We just
That's a
we'll
possibility.
make fun of him, but we'll also make it not making fun of him.
And then I just have Randy with more rules to the point he gets up and I would have thrown a beer bottle.
Jamie Lee didn't get legit till
Yeah.
Trading Spaces.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Why does everyone see Jamie Lee Curtis's boobs? Like next to Barbeau, she's ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Or together, they're the two ugliest scream queens.
Boobs look nice.
Boobs are boobs, but sometimes
Boobs
the people
are
they're
boobs.
connected to, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I want you to prettier face with that set series.
This is where we find out the camera's on delay. Oh,
Gail
did you
shows
get
back.
Gail says, "I'll be right back" when she
Mhm.
shuts the van door.
And she doesn't die.
Another rule break.
Jeez.
I do like when Stu walks away and says, "I'll be right back."
That's funny. Stu can do anything in that red robe. He's great.
Yep. Oh, was he going for a Hugh Hefner look?
He had to be.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I could think of when he had that robe on.
But that's another giveaway too, when he says, I'll be right back, and then he's just missing and there's a murder.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, Stu's in on this.
But the first time you watch, and you don't know, you've never seen like the two killer thing, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it was
You have
Billy
to
until
narrow
he
it
got
down.
shot or stabbed, because
Yeah.
you're like, well, oh, he got stabbed, and then
So now
who
it's
is it?
Stu.
Has to be Stu or Randy.
Yeah.
Those are the only two people there could possibly be. But then the ghost goes behind Randy on the couch,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, well, there's only 5 characters left, maybe.
But that's when the Halloween score kicked in.
And that's when I thought
Randy's laying on the couch.
Deputy Doofy was out killing people, which he
That could have been.
Does it start to drag from about this point on?
Yes,
Okay.
it does.
I didn't know if it was just me.
It's a long route to get
Yeah.
from finding out who the killer is to the
To
end of
the
the
end.
movie.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure a lot of the people who were watching it were like, "What?" So like, okay, here's this list of reasons that we have. We got to go through all of them step by step. All right, yeah. The killer walks in and stabs Billy right in the back.
Yeah. So it's
No,
like
in
a
the front.
stage.
Oh, is it in the
He
front?
turns
Yeah.
around.
And he turns around. There's
Gets it
blood all
twice.
over him.
Okay. And then after
What's
that,
he say?
Dewey comes in and gets stabbed too.
What's he say? Corn. What is it? Corn syrup.
Later, yeah, it's like, Carrie, corn syrup, I'm Billy,
It's annoying.
the killer.
Yeah, Dewey gets stabbed, and then at some point, Gail wrecks her car too.
Gail goes flying, wrecks her car, and then Sydney gets a gun off of Dewey, I think, and Matthew Lillard and Randy, Stu and Randy come flying up, and Randy's like, "This guy's a fucking crazy guy," and Matthew Lillard's like, "This fucking guy's
Yeah, but
crazy."
She does the right thing, just says fuck
Yeah,
both of you.
exactly. Get inside. You don't know who the killer is.
Uh,
I'd shoot them both in the head.
Yeah.
And that.
When the Ghostface attacking the van, she pulls the sliding door shut
On his arm.
on his arms,
Mm.
and he still has use of these things out.
He it was
Just
like
walking
it
around
never
like he does in
happened.
the movie, right? It should
Like
be.
it never happened.
Yeah, it was just like, oh my god, his arms would be.
Are they
damn
on
near
PCP in this movie? Is that
Or-
what's going on?
They might be. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Susie.
Billy.
Why
Billy's
would you
alive.
stab
Now
each
Billy
other
has the
so
gun.
much?
No.
Once is
true,
fine.
His true intentions are revealed.
Billy, what an asshole.
Well, this is where I have our Billy and Stu gay. I sent you that picture. Stu is like,
Right behind Billy.
he is fucking Billy. Did anybody? I didn't look that up to see if anything's been written that
I
it's
can't
too gay
imagine.
for each other and like they're trying to
I've
fight
never
it.
seen that. No.
They're trying to just set up
Well,
Daniel Prescott the whole
I'm calling
time.
it right now. They're both gay, and
This is the
society.
first time.
They think society won't accept them, and they're trying to fight it, and it's causing them to go around killing people.
And they just blame the mom, but
Mhm.
it's really not.
Yep. I did like where they're trying to give themselves wounds.
Oh, yeah.
The last 10 minutes of this movie, like, Stu's character is
Over the top?
hilarious
Yeah.
and over the top.
I love when he says, "My mom is going to be so mad at me."
What's your motive?
great.
Peer pressure. I'm far too sensitive.
Yeah. Oh God.
This
Is there
is
something
where-
about knives? Like I can't stand stabbings. Like,
This is the part that you can
just
see that
looks-
they're amateurs too, because they go out and attest to Gail Weathers coming in the house, and they completely forget that Sid and her dad are in the kitchen,
Yeah.
tied up, and you're gonna murder them. It's like, oh, here's another problem. What about this problem that we were supposed to take care of? No, we got to worry about this problem now.
Well, there's two of you, so maybe
Yeah, maybe
person
one
take
take
care
care
of
of
one
one.
thing. Yeah.
Houston, we have a problem.
I know. Also, when Sydney comes out of the closet, she put the costume on. Why would you possibly distract yourself by having something over your face, not seeing properly while you're trying to?
Yeah, the movie should have ended by him stumbling, falling over, and they kill her. Idiot.
And
She was the killer. We had to defend ourselves. See, there you go.
She's in the costume.
this is where Matthew Lillard somehow gets a second wind and really starts trying to attack her. He gets the TV through the head. I feel like that was a classic kill in the 90s.
Would that work like that? Would you get electrocuted if a TV shattered on your head while it was on and plugged in?
First of all, I don't know that you could throw a TV hard
Enough to break that
to
hard
break
glass.
that hard
It
glass.
just
over
smash
somebody's
off your head and be like, whoa.
Yeah,
That
it would
was a-
fall on you and
That was
probably
a kill
kill
in
you that way. But
Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. They go to some fat guy who's selling TVs and dump it on his head.
Hey, you
It
guys
was,
finish it out. I gotta pee.
it was the kill in Gross Point Blank, the Hitman movie.
Maybe people were just like, these TVs are fucking huge. They would be great to smash over the head of somebody.
I wondered if that's it. I just feel like I saw it all the time in the 90s though.
Could be. Oh, yeah, the killer will still be alive. And he jumps up and they shoot him.
Dude, she's a crack shot.
Oh, yeah. Way better than the cop from fucking New York Ripper. So
That's true. But I'm sure she's never touched a gun in her life, and she's like right between the eyes.
Not
like,
that. She probably did it sidearm, too.
I don't know. Did we wrap it up right there?
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Everyone's seen it anyways. You go first.
what do I think of this?
Yeah.
I'll give it a 6. It's still pretty good. I don't have as many problems as our co-host has with it.
He's got.
If you try hard enough with any movie, even the best of
pick it
best
apart.
movies, you can rip them to shreds. This one, I think the beginning is the high point of the movie. That setup, that scene. What does Wes like to call it? Vignette.
Oh, Wes. Yeah, White Gold.
Yeah.
I thought you meant Wes Craven. I was like,
No.
I don't know what Wes Craven calls
No.
it.
White Gold calls it a vignette.
A series of vignettes.
Yeah. I'm sure there was some female empowerment in this movie too. But
Strange coming from the Weinsteins, but
yeah, right. This movie, it did bring back the horror genre. This and Blair Witch, and it went in 2 separate directions. There were found footage movies going one direction, and there were Scream ripoffs going in the other direction, like Urban Legend and Cherry Falls.
Are there any Scream ripoffs after this that you feel are actually decent?
I love Cherry Falls, and I
I don't
can't
think I've ever even
find
heard
it.
of it.
Oh, fuck. It's got a couple of... Jane Moore is in it. I think he's the killer. The twist in that movie is that the teenagers are being killed if they are virgins.
Are you talking about Cherry Falls?
So at the
I've
end, they have
never
this
even
big
heard of it.
fucking party where everybody's trying to get laid so they don't get killed. It's crazy.
There was that.
Doesn't he wear like a dress in that, or
He's a
women's
cross-dresser,
clothing?
yeah.
It's got
Good.
Brittany Murphy in it. I
Uh-huh.
saw it when it first came out.
It's fucking nuts.
It's goofy.
What was
for
that
sure.
one? Valentine? There was one flasher film.
You know, Denise Richards
Is
and
it? Yeah, it's Denise Richards. That's
Oh,
what it
yeah,
was.
yeah.
Borealis is
And
the
they had
killer.
a cherub mask. Was the what's that?
Yeah, Borealis was the killer. His nose kept bleeding like through the whole movie. You'd see the mask and the nose bleeding every time he did a kill. Aurora Borealis. What's his name?
The Northern Lights.
Alex Borealis. There's a guy that was on a show.
Okay.
He's like, he's not Castle. He's, what the fuck did he do?
Anyway,
He's famous.
Finish up.
Yeah,
You
6 out
interrupted.
of 10. It was good. It was better than average. It is still watchable. It's not my favorite movie, but it's still pretty good. All right, Cobra.
I gave it a 5. I think it would be a 7, probably without the fucking meta self-awareness. I'm a slasher horror movie, but I'm not going to give you all the good aspects of a horror movie, which are excellent kills and titties. They give the best kills at the very beginning of the movie, then you're kind of left like, well, off-screen killed, and then Tatum gets killed by getting sucked up in a fucking garage door, which would never happen. The first watch is good when you don't know that there's 2 killers, but when you go back and watch, you can clearly see Billy and Stu like, nobody, it's not you. Nobody said it was you. And Billy's staring at Stu, and he's talking about anything that has to do with cutting someone or doing this and that. And it's shot well. It's fine for the most part. It's worth a watch, but I just think it's a little too heavy-handed in the meta shit.
I hate that word.
I know, but
Everyone
what
uses
else do
it.
you call it?
That's what
so
this
meta.
is.
What do you call it?
No, I understand that. I'm just
I
saying,
think-
What
like,
did you say about, because I know you said something in a text about him and I talking about the movie, but I think that describes Wes Craven. Somebody,
You guys are so pretentious and
farts, yeah.
sniffing farts, yeah. Like that episode of South Park.
That's what I feel like part of this is.
It's like we're so self-aware and smarter than everybody that's ever
Yeah.
done a slasher movie before. We're just gonna make all these stupid references.
And that's what all the... Once one critic says something about a movie, I feel like all the critics feel like they have to get on board. And everyone who reviewed this movie was like, this is the smartest fucking horror movie that's ever been made. Everyone. No, it's not.
Was it Siskel or Ebert?
Yeah. They liked it. All the critics were like, this is so smart. And once Siskel and Ebert put out an
Probably
opinion,
because-
everybody leaps on to it.
Weinstein.
They probably liked it because there wasn't gratuitous
Nudity. It was
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
not
I
typical
could see
slasher.
I could see them giving it props. Just
No,
for that.
it is a smart slasher, but it's too much for a guy that
It's
wants
smart,
to see a
and
slasher.
unfortunately it knows it's smart. And
Yeah.
it wants you to know that it knows it's
Exactly.
smart. Alright, Ben?
I agree with you, John. 6 out of 10. I did see this in the theater. I enjoyed it. I know that our co-host that shall not be named, who has sat here and ripped this movie apart for being stupid.
know.
No, Cobra. It's easy to rip. Like I said, like if you watch it once or twice, you don't pick all this stuff up. If you watch it 15, 20 times, John said you can rip any movie apart. Also, I think you were saying about how the critics loved it, and they're older adults. But also, I think this is written for like high school kids. High school kids aren't smart enough to got all these.
It's like looking at it's like looking at a model from far away, and it looks amazing from far away.
Once you
And the
get
closer
closer.
you get, it's being held up by toothpicks.
Yeah.
So
Like Mrs. Voorhees' head.
yeah, exactly.
So that first 10 minutes, it's really good. I think it worked great as just like a short.
Their guts hanging out
Yeah.
and shit, and her on the tree. It was great.
I mean, it starts with just the phone ringing.
It's a terrifying concept.
But you can't give the best 15 minutes of the movie at the very beginning, because then the rest of it is like...
Well, they wanted to shock you. I mean, they put Drew Barrymore on the poster because they wanted you to believe she's going to be the star of this movie.
But
and it was just going to shock you with, oh my god, she's dead 10 minutes in. Which is great with her that she went along with this and said, yeah, I'll do this.
you think she still got paid the most?
I hope. She
With
has
her
the most
5-minute
iconic
rule.
kill in the entire series, period. Besides that guy who gets a knife through the ear while he's listening to sex in the stall next to him in the next one. What the fuck was that?
Oh, I thought you meant Scary Movie 2.
Oh,
Where he puts a dick
that's-
through the glory hole.
Yeah. They were just riffing on that, yeah.
The acting is pretty hit and miss. Neve Campbell's not a very good horror. I'm not saying she's not a good actor. She's not a very good horror.
He's pretty bad, too.
Skeet Ulrich is not good. Matthew Lillard was
A lot of fun.
This
a lot
has
of
to be his
fun.
best performance ever, because he's
He-
bad in a lot of stuff.
It reminded me of we just watched Bordello of Blood, and it looked like Corey Feldman was just having the time of his life doing this. That's what Skeet Ulrich. That's what Matthew Lillard looked like in this movie.
The only other movie that I liked him in,
who Matthew Lillard?
yeah, was probably SLC Punk.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. The movie's fucking stupid.
I like it.
Oh, my God. It's so
love this,
boom.
like,
I
you-
knew it. I should have just said it before you even said it, because I knew you were going there.
You hardly ever express your opinions on the show. I just love when you do.
Well,
Mine are predictable, though. It is true.
I had a big problem with that. I like the writing. I just don't like. They make high school kids a little smarter than they are in real life. How they talk. No, none of them speak like this. And when I was younger, I thought Randy's character was the funniest thing in this movie.
And time has
it
not
is-
been kind.
No,
No.
it is so annoying. What's his name in real life? The actor Jamie
Kennedy.
Kennedy. Did you ever see his where he's like the white gangster movie he made?
Malibu's Most Wanted. Yeah, it is retarded.
Almost everything he was in besides this was awful. He was in Son of Mask. God damn. When
Was
they,
he
Didn't
he
that-
just an actor? Was he a comedian? Did he do stand up or anything?
I don't know if
He had
did.
to be somebody's friend.
Yeah.
It's the only way he got on this set. Everyone else did a little something.
I think I just can't stand that person now. That self described like they're they're not an expert. They don't have a degree. They've never studied it, but they're an expert on it.
I'll bring this. I should have brought this up to begin with. Before this movie came out, There's Nothing Out There, which is a real low budget movie that I picked up on a 5 for $5 one night, made in 1990 by Troma Films. There's a character who knows everything about horror movies and who's warning all of his friends. Well, that's gonna happen, so this is gonna. And they're like, shut the fuck up.
So you're saying Wes Craven stole from?
Did
he work with Troma
have
before?
a very big suspicion that he at least borrowed heavily from that.
He
Because
worked-
Randy is that character.
Did he work for Troma?
I don't know if he did or not.
Yeah, I can't stand that. It's like reading comments on social media where it's just, why didn't this person do this? Everyone's a goddamn expert, and I
How?
can't stand it.
How is everybody so expert, like an expert on the economy? Are you a fucking stockbroker?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
What do you look at their thing and they're like, McDonald's. You're like, okay, no, you're not. If you were an expert on this stuff, you wouldn't be there. You'd be doing something.
Tarantino was big at this time. Was Randy a riff on that Tarantino? Like, Tarantino worked in a rental movie store and
Maybe.
just watched so many movies.
But I'm telling you, I feel like if he even caught wind of There's Nothing Out There, he ripped it right the fuck off.
Huh. That was
Because
1990, you said?
1990. You can watch it on YouTube, and I recommend it because it's a really funny movie.
There's nothing out there?
Yeah, there's There's one scene, it's my favorite scene, where the creature's in the living room and the guy's like trying to figure out a way out, and he looks up and the boom mic is there. So he grabs the boom mic and he swings across the room.
So it's meta.
I have a feeling that somebody saw that movie before they made this one.
Kevin.
Maybe both.
But yeah, it's nothing like I'll throw Halloween in before this, but
Absolutely.
if I watch it every 5-6 years,
I've probably seen it 5 times in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's average.
They need
to
to
me,
stop with this shit, though. There's 6 of them now.
I've only
And a
seen
TV series.
I've only seen 1 and 2.
I got halfway through 3 and Jay and Silent Bob
3
showed up.
Yeah, 3 is the
Are they
first.
in 3? I forgot that happened. It's like her half
They
brother's
see
cousin's
Courtney Cox
nephew.
and they're like,
Well, they're making the
Barbara
movie.
Walters, whoa!
The Scream movie. Or
They're
something.
making the Scream movie. At
And then
the
in
same
Jay and
time.
Silent Bob Strike Back, fucking Wes Craven is making a Scream movie with a monkey that's the killer. And they stumble on set of that.
That'd be better.
Crisscross universes.
It'd be like Shock My Meat Scream.
God damn, it gets really bad after 2.
That's not good.
Ron Perlman's there. He body
Yeah.
slams a
Remember
Batman.
me?
They have a wrestling match on the beach.
Alright, if you want to get a hold of us, facebook.com/horrorcasting, horrorcastings@gmail.com. We're on Twitter @horrorcasting. We're on Podbean, iTunes, and YouTube.
Thrill me!